Good morning. My name is Radiant Gaines. I am a practitioner at Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. And I invite you, if you have devices, to silence them now. If you're at home, just switch off the TV. Unless you're using the TV to watch me, then by all means keep it on. I'm going to go into a meditation for the next 15 minutes, so I invite you to sit back in your chair and remember that God is all there is. So therefore, you are God in expression right now. And wherever you're at, the atmosphere around you is also God in action right now. The seat you're sitting on, the floor under that seat is all God right now. So I visualize myself in a dark space. But instead of feeling dark emotions, I'm overcome with possibility, with love. Because dark doesn't always mean a negative or mean negativity. And as I focus on this love that I feel, like grandma's warm hugs, the love, the first boyfriend hugs or girlfriend hugs, love. I see a light. And the more I focus on this love, the more this light grows. Until I see myself in a space around with the darkness around me. And as the light expands, I see a rope on the floor. A large, frayed on the end rope. So I investigate the rope. When the rope starts to move, so curiosity gets the best of me, and I pick up this rope, and it pulls me, and I pull back, and I pull, and I pull, and I pull. The harder I pull, the harder the rope pulls back. Until I finally pull hard enough that I can see a giant pig on the other end. Soft pink with fuzzy ears, hooves clacking, teeth gnashing, pulling the rope. And I fight by pulling the rope back. But pigs can be just as stubborn as I have been. And they won't give up easy unless you have a carrot. And my arrogance gets in the way, and I continue fighting with this pig. And the pig winks at me. my body now exhausted and tired and sweaty. I continue to fight because that's all I know in this moment. The pig gnashes its teeth harder against the rope, drives its hooves into the ground, and backs up. And it is all I can do to hold on to this rope. I feel the burn on my hands of the rope having been pulled, the strain in my back. And all I can do is hold steady and try to outthink a pig. As I pause to hold this rope, I'm overcome with a level of clarity. This pig helps me to see my power. Where am I putting my power? Am I fighting an endless battle that I cannot win? I know a pig outweighs me by hundreds of pounds. Why do I think I can win? And this revelation overcomes me, and I know in this moment that the greatest way to reclaim my power is to let go, to release. And almost as instantly as I drop the rope, the pig disintegrates into rainbow glittery flecks that seem to drift around me and praise me. I just simply let go and own my own power. I choose my power. I choose where my power goes. Sometimes owning my power means I let go. Now the space I'm in is pure white. So bright my eyes can barely stand it. And I remember the love, the grandma hugs, love beyond expansive, anything I could possibly conceive fills my heart. And I stand tall in conviction. I stand tall for those who are picked on, including myself. I stand tall to know the truth. I place my power as the power of God through me. I know that God uses my higher power, or my highest power. I know that God uses my highest power for good. I know that I remember that I always have a choice where I place my power. And I always choose wisely. And when I need to let go, it's okay. And I'm so grateful for the luxury of a 1,000-pound pig or a CNN newscast or a trip to the grocery store or gas station. I'm so grateful to know that I own my power. That I choose where I place my power, and I know that by not choosing, I am still choosing. So instead, I choose to walk with my pig, not as a dominant or submissive, but as a team. Together, walking through time, walking through humanity. When life gets scary, the pig winks at me. And I remember that I have all the power I need. And I place my power in possibility. And I'm so grateful for the ability to place my power in possibility. I place my power in security. I place my power in faith. And anyone who hears my voice can place their power wherever they like, so long as you choose, and choose wisely. And I'm so grateful to know this and own this and be this, and be inspired to reclaim, own, and be my power. And I release all of this just like the pig disintegrated into tiny glittery pieces. I let it all go. And life is restored to the beauty that it is. I let go of anything else that seems to be appearing in my life, any illness or ailment. I release all of that. I give it all over to God. And God hugs me and says, "Thank you, my beloved." I am healed, whole, and healthy. And I release this now by saying, "And so it is." I just love the way that the center sounds when it's so quiet. Anyway, good morning. My name is Radiant, and this is
Linda.
And Linda's helping sub for me today as a join up.
I'm warming up for karaoke Sunday next week.
Oh, of course you are. And I am a member of our Grateful Joy Notes song leading team. If you have any interest in becoming a song leader, please see me or Reverend Linda Lundry Starr, or send us a message. We love to have people help and volunteer. And if you are willing and able, please rise. We'll sing a couple songs.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
And as it says, we're going to turn around and we see friends shaking hands. So I invite you to greet your neighbor.
Say hey.
And if you're at home, you can send that letter, prepare to send it later, or send a hug to your neighbor. And now, if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love that sets us free. There is only love.
And now if you have any devices, please silence them now. If you're at home, you can turn the washing machine off. It'll be okay. You can fix it later. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us.
And thank you, Radiant, for, this is, back in the day, we're not supposed to say before COVID, but prior to the pandemic, Fifth Sunday was All Bets Are Off Sunday, and this is sort of an All Bets Are Off Sunday because it's normally Practitioner Sunday, but the practitioners are either sick or out of town or gone or whatever, and yeah, no. It's Practitioner Sunday. She got it right. Yes, thank you. So anyway, thank you for being here. It's a fifth Sunday. I'm presiding, so obviously all bets are off. Things are a little, and I've gotten. Whoa. But welcome, whether you are here in the sanctuary with us, whether you are in the sanctuary of your own home this morning or at some other time, welcome. I was reading the other day, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. With so much fear and anger being expressed in the world today, so much otherizing of everyone, I love belonging to a community that says, hey, come on in. You are welcome here. We love you just the way you are, just the size you are, just the shape you are, just the age you are, just the color you are, just the whatever that you are loved. And I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate this teaching because when I attended a conference years and years ago, and someone said, this teaching saved my life. And I went, well, it's really, really good, and I like it a lot, but that's kind of over speaking, I think. And the longer I'm in this teaching, and the more I study it, and the deeper I go, I'm 30 years in now. This teaching saved my life. It really did. It really does. It pulls you off of whatever course you might have been on and makes you realize you're connected to something so much larger, so much more than anything this little frontal lobe can imagine. And so I am grateful that you're here today. I'm grateful you're part of our morning, and thank you for joining us. If you are here for the first time and you would like to know more, there's a little sheet out in the foyer. Don't be intimidated. A lot of it is not needed if you're you're just a single person or whatever. But if you'd like to stay connected, we don't come knock on your door. We don't do anything like that. But we will we'll put you on our newsletter list. We'll give you information each week. We have what's happening at the center, the things that are going on, events like next Sunday is Karaoke Sunday. After the service, everybody's going to go to lunch, and then we come back at 2 o'clock and have a lovely karaoke party here. So I trust each and every one of you are going to be here so you can hear me and Bobby McGee. And I do it badass. I really do. So anyway, fill this out, and then we can keep you posted on what's going on. We have a set of principles of what we believe in, and our declaration of principles, we go through it, we divide it into 13 parts and go through it each quarter. This is week 5, personal freedom. We believe that the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. So mote it be. And now I would like to invite up the practitioner, since it's Practitioner Sunday, the practitioner of the day, Radiant Gaines. She will lead us in an opening treatment, but before that, I would love it if everybody stood, and we're going to sing the opening song, which I guess you stand here and I'll go over there. We are peace has come, for we are one.
We
Are
are
one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one.
I know there's only one power, one complete presence in all moments. And I call this power God. And as God is all there is, ever now and forevermore, I know that I am an individualization, and that anyone who hears my voice is also an individualization, even the cat, of the one high God. I know and affirm for anyone who can hear my voice and myself that I experience more love than I ever have before, that I choose love in my active daily being, and love finds me and flourishes. I know and affirm that my community is ever growing, ever stronger than ever before. That we grow in classes and fellowship and make great things happen in our world. And I'm so grateful for this experience and this center and the music and the joy. And mostly just grateful to be a part of all of this experience right now. And I release this into the consciousness that always says yes by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Radiant. I appreciate that very much. The consciousness that always says yes. The universe is forever saying yes. That is the truth of it all. And so that's why we need to be really careful what it is we say to the universe. Because if I say it's going to be a really crummy day, the universe will say, yes, my beloved, it is. We can do that. So we have an affirmation that we do, and we're getting to do this a fifth Sunday. We don't often, only about 3 times a year do we get to have 5 of them, 5 times. So I'm going to read this through once and then kind of let it soak in, and then if you will join me on the second time, if you feel like it, I would love to have that happen. As I align myself with the infinite power of the one life that I am, I remember that any experience I have only has the power I give it. I listen to Spirit's highest ideas of life. And let's do that together. As I align myself with the infinite power of the one life that I am, I remember that any experience I have only has the power I give it. I listen to Spirit's highest ideas of life. And so it is, yes, so mote it be. All right. We are honored today to have Radiant be here as our practitioner and song leader. And I will be doing, closing out the month of Speaking Truth to Circumstances with a talk called The Standing Stones. And we are immensely blessed today because we have the incredibly talented and wonderfully creative Phoebe Bloom, who's going to be giving us the gift of music today. And would you please make her feel welcome?
Thanks. I think it was this one, huh? Remember? The blue one. Yeah, you remembered. I didn't. I'm just going to do that a little bit. There we go. So we lost a beautiful artist this week, Sinead O'Connor. And so I tried to pick the most personal song of hers that I could find because she was so impactful for me and so brave. Really just an amazing person. So anyway, I chose I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. So I thought it might be good for all of us to remember that sometimes. I'm walking through the desert, and I'm not frightened, although it's hard. I have all that I have requested, and I do not want what I've not got. I have learned this from my mother. See how happy it has made her. I will take this road much further, though I know not where it takes me. I have water for my journey. I have bread and I have wine. I don't have my glasses today. No longer will I be hungry, for I have all that I need. I saw a navy blue bird flying way above the sea. I walked on and I learned that navy bluebird was me. I returned a paler bluebird, and this is the advice they gave me. You must not try to be too pure. You must fly desert, and I'm not frightened, although it's hard. I have all that I requested, and I do not want what I haven't got.
And now if you'll sit back in your seat, we'll go into our short meditation. And after we sing the song, I inspire you to close your eyes or have a downward gaze. If you have anything crossed, like your hands or feet, just lay them flat. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
I am opening. I breathe in. I breathe out. God is. I am. I settle into the chair. I allow it to support my body, my back. I can imagine the chair as the hand of God, gently cradling my body, supporting my every need. And I let go. And as I let go, I allow the floor beneath me, sturdy and solid, to support the chair. which is supporting me. And I breathe. And I let go. And I allow the earth beneath the floor to anchor the floor in place as the floor supports the chair and the chair holds me. I let go and I breathe. And when I'm ready, I let go and allow the universe to support the earth, which supports the floor, which supports the chair, which supports me, so that the entire universe has conspired to bring me this moment of peace. With gratitude for the good that unfolds throughout the universe, throughout me, I let go and let it be so. And so it is. Thank you, Matt. Haven't done that meditation in a long time, and I kind of like it, the layers of letting go that we need to do. There's a Vietnamese saying that, when there is peace in my heart, there will be peace in my family. When there's peace in my family, there will be peace in my community. When there's peace in my community, there will be peace in my country. When there's peace in my country, there will be peace in the world. And it all starts right here. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The theme this month has been speaking truth to circumstances. And I've often said, essentially, this teaching truly is done with smoke and mirrors. Whatever's going on out here in the world started in here, in my mind, in my thinking, in my ingrained habits of thought. The things that I have made sacred cows in my life. The things that, oh, that must be the truth because my granny told me that and she wouldn't be wrong about anything ever. Hopefully. Or my teacher or my first minister or whatever. Nothing at last is sacred. But the connection we have to our own soul, to that place within us, that is impervious to all the pain that we've been experiencing out here. And the basic tenet of our teaching is there is not God, an old man, a beard, and a bad attitude, sitting up on a throne with lightning bolts glaring down at us and watching our every move and caring what it is that we do. There is a universal energy and intelligence and power and creative force that suffuses and is within everything. It's basically like quantum physics. Everything is comprised of energy interacting with other energy. This is what it is. There is one infinite supply, one infinite source, one infinite substance. You may be surprised to learn that I've been reading a book or 2 or 8 or 10. Yeah. Well, I've quoted from this before, but Rick Rubin, who is a record producer and did a beautiful documentary a couple years back with Paul McCartney on the construction of the Beatles songs and such, about a 5 or 6 part documentary, which is awesome. If you haven't seen it, I trust you'll find it somewhere. I think it's on Netflix. It could be on, I don't know. It's on one of those channels. But he's written a book called The Creative Act. And very first chapter, open this thing up. It just looked beautiful. I said, oh, I want to read this. I want to see what it's all about. Open it up. You would think there was only one mind. Everyone is a creator. We are immersed in a field of undifferentiated matter from which our senses gather bits of information. As we notice what feeling tones arise and where they lead, attuned choice by attuned choice, our entire life is a form of self-expression. Choice by choice. Our life, our entire life is a form of self-expression. We exist as creative beings in a creative universe. We are constantly creating the reality that we are experiencing. This is who we are. Now, for eons, literally, the human being has sought sacred experience, has sought to create sacred space. We are hungry, we are wired to be in community, we are wired to be connected, and at the same time we're also wired to be connected not only with each other but with the very ground upon which we stand, the trees in which we move, the grass upon which we walk. All of that is a connection with us. And from between 3,500 and 6,000 years ago, first space back there, back a bit, people started making these, they're called menhirs, is the correct geological name for it, but they're standing stones. They are arcs or circles or horseshoe shapes of standing stones. The one we're most famous or familiar with is Stonehenge, but they're everywhere. They're all over. They're actually in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the British Isles. The predominant mass of them are in Great Britain, Scotland, and Ireland. But they exist in Africa, they exist in Asia, they exist all throughout Europe. There are places where they have been, and they literally have discovered that there used to be what they call woodhenge. Before they built them with stones, they built them with wood, but of course, as we know, unless we petrify it, wood will eventually go back into the nothingness from which it came as well. So, but these things, what I'm telling you this is we have a need to create boundaries that create sacred space. It's kind of hardwired into who we are. Before they had schools, they were building places that were sacred. Hold that thought. Today, we are talking about the concept of standing stones. these circles of safety. We've been looking all month at the idea of circumstances. I am not ever going to tell someone, no, you don't have a diagnosis of this or that. No, you don't have a troubled marriage. No, you don't have a child that is addicted. No, you don't have. These are things that are going on. These are circumstances that we have in the world, that we experience. But they don't have that much power unless we give them that much power. But you don't understand. Mine's really, really bad. Yes, it is. And embracing it, railing at it, defining it, explaining it over and over again is not making it better. It's making it more real. It's making it so that it comes to stay, because that becomes our real experience. And so what I want us to be aware of is, while they are something we are experiencing and while they are painful, they are not the truth. My bank account is not the truth of me. It's an experience I'm having. When I had my hip replaced, it was an experience I was having, but it's not who I am. It doesn't define me. And so we have to look at the fact that when we are in the midst of circumstances, our primordial brain looking to save us is going to say, danger, danger, watch out, this is bad, bad, bad. But we have to stop and say, okay, this is an experience I'm having and it appears to be rather unpleasant, and I'm not going to make it the truth of me. I'm not going to own it like it's who I am, like it's going to define me for the rest of my days. We need to learn to think independently of the circumstances, to step back from the circumstances and not make them stone walls in our path. We can turn the circumstances into something etched in granite instead of a cloud floating through our experience. When I view this as a stone implanted, as it begins to move, I keep following it. It's like I'm trying to float across the sky with the cloud so I don't ever lose the cloud that's covering my head. I don't know if well, there's a couple of you out here that are old enough to remember way back, the Little Abner cartoon. There was a character in Little Abner called Joe Bitfulspook. Joe Bitfulspook was a little, walked around like this, and he had a funnel on his head and a thundercloud over his head. And he had his own private little thundercloud wherever he went. I can become that when I make my circumstances my reality. That doesn't mean I'm not experiencing it. I am experiencing it, but it's not who I am. It's an experience that I'm having at this point in time for some particular reason. But when I turn them into stone walls, they become my sacred space. It's how I define myself. It's how I tell you who I am. Oh, I am Linda. I am suffering from this. I am struggling with that. This is who I. No, I am not my struggles. I am not my sufferings. I am a being of pure spirit, expressing as a human here, having experiences that are some suffering, some struggles, some joy, some calm. But they're not who I am. They're just my experiences. I cannot make my experiences into sacred space, because then they become locked to me. In the Science of Mind textbook, page 41, page 411.4, if you're wanting to go home and look it up when you get, or if you're at home and want to look it up. We outwardly experience our state of consciousness, but since the apparent without is merely a reflection from within, what's going on out here is a reflection of what's going on in here, which is its cause. This in here is the cause of this out there. What we most need to do is start with the simple proposition of the creative power of thought. And from this inner recognition, know that circumstances are formed and held in place by those thoughts. The more I think about this, the more I focus on it, the more I lock myself into trying to fix it or change it or complain about it, the more I am slapping a little more mortar on the side of it and making it a little stronger, anchor it a little deeper in my experience. I need to change my thinking, to change my life, to stop the stone wall from being a sacred space. Not getting caught up in the circumstances, but anchoring our minds to that absolute, to that field of undifferentiated matter from which our senses gather bits of information from the world around us, which is unformed substance waiting to take shape through me, as me, by me, for me. And I'm the filter who allows that to happen. Outlines, and I don't use a lot, I go in my own direction, but this, I wanted to really share this because this is from the outline that David wrote, and I wanted to let you hear his words, because he's going to be with us at the conference this fall again, by the way, he's up in Olympia, and a really good minister. When the stones speak to us of our limitation, of their solidity and our frailty, of their power and our weakness, go alone into consciousness with the infinite. Go alone into consciousness with the infinite. There we find our true strength, a strength far greater than the stones of circumstance. The very word circumstance, I love this, the English major in me is going, yeah, means that which is standing, or stance around us, circumstance. It's not us, it's standing around us. What is standing around is the combination of our own thinking and the collective thinking and unconsciousness of others. We are called to turn away from the battle and toward the infinite. We are called to go alone into consciousness with the infinite. That unformed substance, undifferentiated all around us, waiting to be who we are, waiting to experience who we are, waiting to know, waiting to let us. Dr. J. Scott Neal, the late Dr. J. Scott Neal, who was one of the founders of Fremont Center for Spiritual Living years and years and years ago, and studied with Dr. Holmes's brother Fenwick, used to say, the universe has absolutely no idea what is going to happen to you until you decide. God does not have a plan. God's plan is that you grow and become who you are. And only you can decide who you are. And so then when you decide who you are, the universe says yes. If you say, I am so stupid, the universe says yes. This is what we have to be. Using I am and speaking negatively is taking the name of God in vain, because God is I am. God is I am. So what we're talking about here is to remember that turning alone to the infinite, means without your agenda, without your plans, without your stories. Oh, God, it's so hard. Your stories of right and wrong, or easy and hard. We have to go to the infinite emptied of what it is that we think we know. Because if we know it all, there is no space for the infinite there with us. There's a wonderful old Zen story of the master. This young student comes and is meeting with him because he wants to become his student, and he's explaining to him all the things he knows, and the master's looking at him, and he goes to pour tea, and he pours the tea in the cup, and the cup gets full, and then he keeps pouring, and the cup pours out onto the saucer, and then the saucer pours out, and the student's going, wait a minute, the cup is full. And he says, that's the way your brain is. You need to come back to me when you have room for what I can teach you. If I come to the infinite with all of my own plan, my blueprint for how this ought to work, the infinite has nothing to give me. So when we come to these stories in our life, when we come to the standing stones that we have created as our sacred spaces, when we come to the limits that we've placed on ourselves, when we come to the walls that appear to be surrounding us, that we have made into our sacred space, what is it that they're trying to tell us? Whenever I get an emotional, a visceral, that in the gut response that you have when something just ticks you off, sets you wrong, or even is just so incredibly wonderful, it tightens you up, it makes you go, oh! 99 times out of 100, it is not what is happening right now that you are responding to. What you were responding to is the memory of something that has come up for you. Memory of something that happened before. Memory of a story that established who you are. And whenever they come up, instead of leaping into the fray and defending ourselves and explaining ourselves, and I'm talking to myself here, there's 3 questions we can ask ourselves which move us into stepping alone into the infinite. When I come to the stone, what are you here to teach me? What are you here to teach me? Because if I keep having the same experience and I don't learn from it, it's going to keep coming back until I do learn from it. What is mine to learn here? Not theirs to learn, not someday to learn, but what is mine to learn here? And what is calling for true transformation? What is calling to be transformed? Things don't come up to be healed. There's only truth to be revealed. What it is we come to learn. What it is that I need to learn from this. And when I learn from this, I grow from this, and I am transformed by this, and I become something new and different. Something better than before, something richer than before. It doesn't mean I let go of anything that I am. It just means it contextualizes everything that I am in this one little standalone place that seemed really alone and angry. When it's all fit together with everything, suddenly makes so much sense and is a really rich and beautiful part of me, of which I am incredibly proud. In the opening, the first 4 chapters, which on January we're going to go back to the first 4 chapters. By golly, we're going to go to the basics. When we are dealing with real life, with thoughts, impulse, with original cause, and we should be most careful how we deal with such powers and forces. In dealing with this subtle power of mind and spirit, we are dealing with a fluent force. It is forever taking form and forever deserting the form which it has taken. It came to pass. It did not come to stay. It came to pass. Thus, a practitioner, meaning anybody who practices this teaching, should not be confused over any given form, but should know that any form which is not of the original harmony is subject to change. Anything that doesn't feel comfortable is subject to change. It is bound to change. The original spirit is harmony. It is beauty and truth and everything that goes with ultimate reality. The universe is not divided against itself. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we live in harmony. And peace shall come. For we are one. All righty, and now I would like to invite up our practitioner, the practitioner. Well, no, now we have another practitioner in the house. We have practitioner of the, but the practitioner of the day is here. So there. So, and she will do a blessing of the offering, after which we'll have another song by Phoebe.
I am so grateful that I have this beautiful place to come to and hear the music. And some of you may or may not know that sometimes we just throw a song at Matt, like with 3 minutes warning, and he just collaborates this beautiful thing with Mo and sometimes Paul and sometimes the guy that plays the saxophone, amazing. And that's what we get from the center. So when I make an investment in the basket, when I tithe to the basket, when I show up for my events and help pay and help be a part of, that's me putting my money in a positive place. That's me telling the universe that I want something better. And not only that, it's about saying that I'm enough for this experience. I'm enough to put my money in a place that will nurture me and grow me, and I'm worthy of having a wonderful experience. And where can you go where you'll get spiritually fed and sometimes nourished fed and sometimes like in the community of the people we hear and the freaking music? Where can you go where you're going to get all of that for just whatever you put in the basket? So please feel free to put more in the basket, because our center is forever growing, and this is a great place to be. So I know that there is only one power, one complete presence in all things. And I know that as I speak these words of God into action through my conviction and belief. I know and affirm for Radiant and anyone in this room, future, past, or present, that our prosperity is multiplied and our center is ever growing, multiplying in prosperity and love in ways we can't even conceive. And I'm so grateful to be a part of such a grand, great thing that I know I'm worthy. I'm grateful to be worthy and to acknowledge my worthiness of this great experience. And I release this into the consciousness that says yes to everything as I say it by saying, and so it is. Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is, and now we are so grateful because we have another wonderful song from Phoebe.
Ooh, yo, yo, yo. Had to run out and get my glasses. All right. This song is called Rise Up Now, Child. I wrote this and recorded it in 2009 and then formed a band to perform it with that guy. It was a long time ago. Anyway, he is a great drummer. It's time to fix this broken window. You could catch your death in here. And you're just a child. You haven't stirred in 7 days. So won't you bring a doctor soon? Or open up the door. Let your mama in. Your bed sits on a busted frame, splintered and unstable under the weight of misplaced blame. But you got something special deep inside. Don't let it die, don't let it die. It's all you're gonna have sometimes. You'll be alright, baby, you'll be alright. Your songs will keep you warm at night. You thought you couldn't move, that you would lie here forever. But rise up now, child. I know your scars, I felt your wounds. I saw the things that cut you deep in the walls of this here room. You curled up, you stayed so small, and you never took a step because you never take a fall. Well, hey little child, you hear that singing deep inside. Don't let it die, no, don't let it die. It's gonna get you through the hardest times. Now listen to this healing woman. You're never gonna see what's coming to you. Hold your head high. All this pain has made you strong. If you think they've got the best of you, well, you've never been more wrong. And for every fool who tries to pull you down, there's someone who truly loves you, who's gonna help you stand your ground. You're gonna shine. You're gonna shine. So rise up now, child.
Ah, bless you, Phoebe, and thank you. Announcements. Woohoo! There's some fun things happening here, and I want you to notice some of the new slides. Just go back for a second. Rhiannon is our intern for the summer from LCC, and she's working on recreating the slides and redoing things, and she's done some beautiful, beautiful work for us. So now we can move forward. Men's Coffee is Tuesdays at 10 a.m. at the food court. Go downstairs to Provisions, get your coffee, and then come upstairs to the food court and get together with the guys and just chat about life. Wednesday gathering, every Wednesday in the sanctuary at 6:30, opportunity for music and chanting and discussion and spiritual practice. Next Sunday after the service, we're having our first of the month potluck. And it will also be celebrating my birthday a few days late, but you know, so birthday's Thursday, we'll celebrate Sunday. So there you go. Just so you know. And the women's lunch, didn't she do I mean, I'm just loving these slides she's creating. Women's lunch is the first Saturday of the month. That's this coming Saturday is the first Saturday. So if you are would like to get together with some of the women here, come at noon and bring your own lunch and meet in the social hall with Kathy Day. Well, it won't be Kathy this time. I'm not quite sure who it's going to be. And then next Sunday, the first Sunday, is the men's breakfast at the Gateway Grill. And that's actually, that says 9 a.m. It has been changed to 8:30 a.m. So some of the people who volunteer here can go to the breakfast and then go on. And check our website for more details. We had the video conference yesterday, and several people who were here showed up and got the information on what we're going to be doing. I am so excited about this trip after Karen gave us the outline, all the things. We're going to places that I just love and places I haven't been before. So we're trying to put this all together. So there will be more information in the newsletter and on the website, and you can watch the video there'll be a link on the website for that. So for those of you who are interested, next Sunday, after the service, 2 o'clock to 5, karaoke party, suggested love offering of $10. Everybody's welcome. It's family friendly, so if you've got kids you want to bring, do so. But enjoy, have fun. This would be a great day to bring somebody to the center with you on Sunday. If they don't want to come to the service, say, oh, well, let's go to lunch, and then you can come to this party with me afterwards, and they could see that we're not really weird. Well, we're weird, but we're nice weird. I am so excited. When I get back from Asilomar, I am going to be bringing back my shadow class, and it is a powerful, powerful class, and it will change your life. I guarantee. It's about finding those places inside ourselves that we're trying to hide and embracing them and bringing them in and discovering how they all fit together in the jigsaw puzzle that is who we are. Check out the bookstore. There's still some fun things in there, and there's always an opportunity to do sacred service. Well, there's so many places we can use help. I know Julie would really love some help with the yard. There's so many things that we need to get done in the yard. Clean up, clear up, pruning, that sort of thing. If you'd like to, Julie, stand so people know who you are, and talk to her, and then a quick review of practitioners. And then we do.
Oh, I got to talk about Julie Denson's
That's right.
amazing art.
This is Julie's last week here. Anders Long will be here starting next week, but so your last chance to buy some of this beautiful artwork, and see the office if you find anything you'd like to purchase. Thank you.
All right, so as a practitioner, we know the truth of whatever your experience is, whatever seems to be holding you back or challenging you or whatever, we know the truth of it for you. For instance, as Reverend Linda was talking about, the guy who lives in the clouds and throws thunderbolts, well, that's Zeus. And the guy who keeps track of everything on a throne, of everything that you do, whether it's good or bad, that's Santa Claus. Snippet I have to put out there for you, because we're talking about standing stones. When you come to a practitioner, we know the possibility that when you come to a standing stone, just like in the book Outlander, you touch the standing stone and you get taken to a magical place which we can do that in this life too. Your magical place could be where everything goes your way, or some things get better, or prosperity happens for you, or you find love in your life, or whatever you want. Our practitioners have trained for many years. You can leave a prayer request in the genie lamp in the foyer. You can leave it on the website. You can give us a call. We have our phone numbers on our website, and email, whatever works for you. You can call the office. You can flail at me at Safeway. I am totally down to just serve, and I've studied for a very long time to be here and to help pray for you, and it is the joy of my life. So if I could have the practitioners and ministers please stand. Okay, so we have Reverend Trish, Maggie Cover, and Reverend Linda, and I'm Radiant Gaines. And please use us. We love to serve and be a part of this community. And now if you'll rise, we'll sing the closing song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. was meant to be with God as creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
If you choose, please repeat after me. I am one with the one. There is only one. And so it is.